Lana is a teacher in a school and she starts to have problems with her student, Benny. Benny is 17 years old and he is a crazy person. Lana and Benny start to get into arguments all the time, but there is also something else happening with them that might be romantic. Lana is a woman in her 30s, she has a husband and daughter. Her daughter is very nice and we see Lana spend time with her. Later in the morning Lana goes on a run in the forest for a quick workout. After working out in the morning Lana goes to her job. She is a language teacher at school. She works with many children and she is a great teacher. At school, she goes to her classroom and gives the students their tests. She explains the rules of the test and gives them time to solve it. She then sits down on her desk to write something. At one point she notices that one of her male students is looking at her. This student is called Benny. He just keeps looking at her for a very long time. Lana does not know how to respond or how act. After school is over, Lana goes to pick up her daughter from her school. The daughter tells her mother that school was really boring and tiring. The two of them get into the car and the daughter is excited to go home. Lana notices that Benny is by the school walking his dog. Benny plays with his dog and Lana stops and watches him. Her daughter then tells her that she wants to go home. Lana returns to school and she has another class to teach. One of the students is giving a presentation. Some of the girls in class start to play with their phones and they are not paying attention to class at all. Lana tells the girls to stop playing with their phones and to listen to the presentation. The girls do not listen to their teacher and Lana has to take away their phones. One of the girls named Valeria insults Lana. Lana confronts Valerie and then sends her to see the principal for offending a teacher like that. Lana goes to the break room for some coffee. Outside she spots Valeria after school and also Benny shows up. The two of them get into an argument and Benny starts to throw away Valerie's things out of her bag. He also picks up her bike and throws it away. Lana cannot believe what she is seeing. Later in the day Lana speaks with one of the teachers and they talk about Benny since he is the new kid in school. The other teacher tells Lana that Benny is totally normal but Lana does not think so. Still Lana cannot confirm anything so she moves on with her day. Lana is in her classroom when she sees Benny walking down the hallway with the other kids. She calls Benny in the classroom to talk with him in private. Lana explains that she knows he has been struggling and that she knows he is not fitting in. She wants to help him get better grades. Benny just laughs at her and he does not believe that she only wants to help him. Lana feels uncomfortable and leaves the room. Later Lana is at her home and looking at all the test results that she has to grade. And Lana later goes for a run and it seems that she is thinking about Benny. The following day after class Lana is left alone in the classroom. She then notices that Benny has left some of his things. She goes to his shirt and then smells it. Lana then pretends that nothing happened and that everything is normal. It seems that she likes Benny more than just a student. Lana then goes to the bathroom. She is clearly upset and confused. She drinks some water when suddenly Benny shows up. The two have a romantic moment in the bathroom where they almost kiss. Lana then tells Benny that he has to stop acting this way. She could get fired from the school. Benny then tells Lana that he knows she likes him. Lana tells Benny that she does not like any of her students as they are still children. She then leaves the bathroom totally upset. It's now obvious that Lana likes Benny as she cannot stop thinking about him. The next day she gives her class another test and she spots Benny looking at her once again. This time Lana looks back at him. Benny tells Lana that they should meet up after school if it's over. Lana is nervous and she tells him that this is not a good idea. She once again tells him that she does not have any feelings for him. When Lana goes outside she finds that her car has been scratched. She then picks up her daughter from school and goes back home. At home, she works in her garden and her husband has questions about the damage to the car. Lana makes up a story about how the car got scratched and it's obvious that her husband does not believe her at all. During class the following day trouble starts. Lana gives all the students some paperwork and they have to write a cover letter for a job. Benny then asks a question and Lana does not want to communicate with him. Benny then starts to insult her in front of the entire class. Lana tells him to go talk with the principal but Benny does not listen. Then he turns the entire class against her and makes fun of her. Lana is clearly upset. Later when she arrives home she goes for a run. While in the woods Lana feels like someone is watching her and she gets really scared. Back at her home she spends time with her daughter. Suddenly the phone starts to ring. When Lana answers the phone there is nobody on the other side just breathing. When Lana goes to teach the next day she gets really nervous. She sees that Benny is in her class and she is afraid. She decides to tell the school that she is sick and she goes back home. We then see Lana cooking a meal with her husband and acting like everything is okay. Lana does not want to go back to school and she goes to the museum. She decides to watch some pictures and relax. That is when Benny shows up and starts to follow her around. Lana gets scared, and she tries to avoid him. She sees that Benny is just following her in the museum wherever she goes. Finally, Benny finds Lana in the elevator. He tells her that he wants her to return to school and that he misses her. Then Lana and Benny start their relationship. They have an intimate moment in the elevator. Later, Lana goes back to her home and talks with her husband. She tells him about a scary dream she has been having lately about drowning in the water. She tells him that she has that same dream every night. She then goes for a run like she usually does and she thinks about life. Lana then goes back to school, and before she can teach a class she decides to do something evil. She goes into the lockers where they keep the exam results. Then she goes to Benny's jacket and puts the results in his jacket. This will surely get him into trouble. Lana then pretends that everything is normal and fine. After a few minutes, Benny is captured by the security guards and he is put in a lot of trouble. Lana talks with the other teachers and she pretends to not know anything about the situation, but she is happy. Later, Lana has that same dream. She is swimming with her husband and then he goes missing in the water. Lana then wakes up to strange sounds in her house. She goes outside her room to check what is happening. Lana remembers the intimate moments she had with Benny. Lana goes back to school to continue being a teacher. She gives the students their exams. She soon notices that Benny is not at school and she hopes that he will be gone forever. She still remembers their moments and she thinks about him. While Lana is trying to get rid of Benny, she also likes him. The following day, Lana goes to the bookstore with her daughter. They talk while looking for books. Her daughter starts to get into an argument with Lana. Lana tries to calm down her daughter, but things turn tense. Later, Lana goes to see other books and she notices that her daughter is now missing. Lana tries to find her anywhere, but she cannot. She is now really scared that something happened to her daughter. Lana gets the security guards in the bookstore involved. They are trying to find her daughter on the cameras so that they find out what is happening. Soon Lana notices something on the cameras. Benny was in the bookstore when she and her daughter were there. Lana is now convinced that Benny had kidnapped her daughter. At that moment, the phone rings. Lana picks up and it's her husband. Her husband tells Lana that their daughter just returned home and that everything is fine. Lana is really happy about this, but she is still worried about Benny. Lana goes back home, and she once more thinks about the passionate moments she had with Benny. Her husband then arrives and hugs her. Lana decides to make a crazy move. She gets into her car and starts to drive. She soon finds where Benny lives and waits for him. Lana in her car follows Benny, who is on his bike. Benny drives around and Lana just follows him for a while. Finally, Benny enters an empty street and Lana gets closer. She then hits Benny with her car on purpose. Benny falls off his bike and he is hurt pretty badly. Lana stops the car and is sad. She is shocked by what she did, but she doesn't know what to do next. Lana gets out of the car and that is the last we see of her. Her and Benny's fate is left unknown. The end. Thanks for watching. Please, like, subscribe, and click the bell icon to get new anime recaps.